How's it going, guys? This is Ronaldo Hernandez, and today I'm going to make a video about oxalates and urinary incontinence, UTIs, and interstitial cystitis. To be honest with you, I barely even know what oxalates are. I just started looking into it, and I just like a whole source of information about them. I kind of just know the basics though. All I know is that oxalates are like certain compounds found in plants, and the reason why they're found in plants is because that's a way for plants to kind of defend themselves against the predators that are trying to eat them. And what they do is, I guess you could say, they kind of like poison the predator, or they kind of make them toxic, but it's just a way to kind of ward, it's a way for them to ward them off, so they won't eat the plant. Anyways, what oxalates also do to the body though, once you ingest them and once they are in your body, but FYI, just to let you know, we make our own oxalates as well, but we also get them from plant foods. That's also somewhere I read. But anyways, when you ingest them, they could cause a lot of irritation and inflammation in the body. And what they also do is like they stick to, they kind of like, this is a here, but it basically means stick, and they kind of like stick to certain epithelial tissues in the body. And most of the time they're kind of mostly found in like in the kidneys, in the bladder, and something else. I forgot what it was, but I know those are the top two. And anyways, I was like looking into like some research, and I was like listening to like kind of like lectures about oxalates, and there's a lot of like a lot of information that I found where people who eat a high oxalates, who eat a high oxalate diet, they kind of also suffer from like the UTIs, bladder problems, or even frequent urination. And that's something that I kind of deal with too. Aside from the urinary incontinence, I kind of been dealing with like UTIs for such a long time. For a long time, but it comes and goes though. It comes and goes because, like I said, I'm kind of constantly changing my diet sometimes, or some days, I kind of been doing like rotation diet. So like one day I eat a certain type of like meat, a certain group of meat and vegetables, fruits, and then the next day, it's a whole nother subgroup, and then the third day, a whole nother group, and the fourth day is a whole nother group, and then on the fifth day it goes back to day one, and you're eating the same types of meat you ate from that first day. Same types of foods you ate from that first day. And I noticed that there's some plant foods that really irritate me, but then there's some that I feel like they don't cause me any harm. And so I kind of been looking into it more, and then I found like this whole thing about oxalates and all that, which I kind of heard about before, but I just never really looked into it. I didn't think that was a concern for me, but it turns out it is. And so immediately once I done this research, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just change up my diet again. I'm gonna take out all these high oxalate foods and stick to like the foods with low oxalates, right? And that's mostly for me just squash and like mango and papaya, because those are like very low in that compound. And I noticed the effects within like the first day, because I noticed that after my meals I would not have to go to the bathroom so frequently, and I'm glad, because it turns out eating the high oxalate foods, the reason why I was going to the bathroom a lot was probably because my body was trying to detox that substance out of my body, since it was so much for it to handle. And I also noticed too, like, that explains why sometimes when I eat certain plant foods, or I would kind of get like, you know, sorry for being nasty and all, but like I would get like diarrhea right after my meal. And I'm like, man, like what's going on, you know? Like, cause some days, you know, I don't get no flares, but just some days like, whoa. But you know, that's why I try to like keep things, I try to not eat too many things at once in my meals, and I keep it pretty simple. Probably like 2 to 4 things max at most that I eat, you know, in a meal, depending on the day or how I feel. But yeah, and so that explains a lot about, you know, the diarrhea and all that. And so yeah, I'm gonna stick to this diet for a bit, you know, just eating low oxalate plants and just meat. And I might revisit carnivore because I feel like I might have another underlying issue, because I still keep having like some problems with indigestion. It's not too much because I've been taking like certain nutritional supplements to fix those problems, which I'm actually going to make another video about. But you know, I feel like I might have like a ulcer that I never had. I mean, that I never really addressed. I never really known about, and I still don't really know. I'm just kind of going off by how I feel, because I've been trying a lot of things and things are working out, but then there's always this issue to come, like that kind of never really goes away. Like it feels better, you know, but it's like not being like resolved. And I feel like it could be a stomach ulcer, since I sometimes have issues with like mouth ulcers too, but that's because of the UTIs. Yeah, that's what UTI, like I heard that you know, if you have like what's it called, herpes 1, which is which I get sometimes from time to time, you know, you get like mouth ulcers, and I'm thinking if I get mouth ulcers, maybe I have a stomach ulcer. And you know, with a stomach ulcer, you can get those because of like a history of antibiotics, or an overgrowth of H. pylori. And I'm not surprised if I have that, because I mean, I used to have my gut used to be even worse before than what it is now, and I never really like recolonized it, properly fixed my gut. And I feel like, you know, I'm just like dealing with those issues that I just never resolved when I was younger, you know. But at the same time, I just never knew about these things until like just recently, like about a year or two ago, doing all this, like, you know, changing up my diets and all that, looking into nutrition. So yeah. So just wanted to say, this low oxalate diet is actually helping me with my frequent urination. It's and I'm going to see how else I feel, and probably probably get to carnivore again, maybe. We'll see. But thank you for tuning in, and this is A Fast Life.